Hello, hello. We are live. It is Friday evening. Happy Friday. I'm sure some of y'all are out. Some of y'all maybe sleep on the East Coast, maybe in bed. But yeah, if you are tuning into the live right now, I appreciate you. I wasn't going to get on. I was going to let me just do this in the morning. But then I have to do pop roast, and I just don't want to do any videos before that. So yeah, here I am. This is my review for the Traitors Season 3 finale, as well as the reunion. It aired yesterday, and I must say, it was just like okay, that's how it ended. All right. Okay, the reunion, it was a little bit of meh. Like, they had moments, but the reunion could have been maybe 30 minutes, honestly. Not even a part one. Like, just like half. Like, just a little, like an untucked episode. For those who watch Drag Race, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a Friday evening. My high came down. I'm drinking some type of wine I got from Trader Joe's. Secco. It's just something sweet to sip on while I'm talking to y'all. It's tasty. And they're not sponsoring me, unfortunately. What else is going on? I hit 16,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, let's get into this because, y'all probably think I'm high right now and I'm not. Anyway, so we continue from the last episode. They are at the round table and we're waiting on Brittany to vote. Will she tie? Like, y'all, the production had the Jumanji drums booming in that scene. And then she flips it over and she chose Danielle. I was gagged. The same wound, Flav, the same wound. Like, literally, like, backstab her ass again. Like, I know their history because, she was crying about it in the beginning of the season when she saw her ass. But yeah, you trusted a white woman. That's all I got to say. I'm just kidding, white women in the chat. Kind of, sort of. It's just jokes here. Don't take it too offensive. But anyway, I mean, honestly, that's what I said when she got eliminated. So Danielle is out. And I'm just like, do y'all still think she's the best traitor still? For those of you who really love Danielle, I've been wanting her out. Like, I just didn't like her from maybe the beginning. They just kept putting 20 on 10. They were playing recklessly, just eliminating all the wrong people. Stop it. I am joking. Bye, Danielle, and your braids. Look, she looked good at the reunion. I'm going to give her flowers then, later. And she had the audacity to play victim in the reunion. So, yeah, Danielle is on her way out, but she does shade Brittany in her exit speech. Now, Brittany is a wreck at the moment. She basically saying her hands were tied in that moment. And I really don't blame her because, like, what would happen if it was a tie? Like, the only reason that she didn't want to vote for her is just so she wouldn't be like a backstabber. But at the end of the day, I mean, she had to do what she had to do. I don't know. I don't really blame Brittany for that. She's just playing the game. So then, now going forward, there's no more reveals until the very end. No murder will be taking place. And I'm just like, well, what about the seer? This new thing that's going on. So then Alan reveals to everybody that Brittany is the seer. And I'm just like, well, who is she going to choose then? Like, I feel like this would have been better if it was a faithful and a traitor, maybe. Like, a faithful that got the seer. I'm not sure, but yeah, it still wouldn't work because they can't go to the end together because, like, if the traitor wins, they get all the money. I guess the game would have been over. I don't know. But it just didn't feel like there was a strategy to it. So now we're dealing with the aftermath of Danielle leaving. from the perspective of the other players, and they are all surprised that Danielle was a traitor, especially Dolores. But yeah, that damn Dylan, like smart as fuck. Like he already deduced that Brittany may be the traitor. Now, later, Brittany has made her decision as a seer, to interrogate Gabby. Now, they're having dinner, but again, I'm just not sure what's the point. Since the traitor has the power of the seer, they know everyone is faithful. So it's really like a lost cause, I think. Afterwards, Brittany says she has a plan. Well, just looking back at it, I guess there was no plan. But, it would be in her best interest to just say she's a faithful. So it's the next day, the final day, and they're all at the table for breakfast because there's no murder. And side note, Dolores really was the last housewife in Bravo Celebrity standing. It's just so interesting. She really coasted her way through this show. Brittany tells the others that Gabby is a faithful, and at this point, it's just a numbers game. There's how many people left? There's like a final 5. So Alan comes in looking stunning, by the way, to tell them their last challenge is coming up. So there's talking around the house now, and Brittany's name still pops up. Ivar, clueless ass, think it's Dolores. We cut to Dylan talking to Brittany now, and from his confessional, he definitely thinks that she's a traitor. Like, this is the reason you can tell the traitors were terrible, because Dylan should have been out that house. Ben. Oh, hello, Andrea, my mod. I don't watch, but I've been absent because I've been busy, but it's my birthday weekend. Happy birthday. I really wish they could have broke the fourth wall. Danielle says she said because of Big Brother reindeer games. It would have been interesting to see a faithful get it revealing Britt was the traitor. Then we would watch her trying to save herself and prove to everyone that the seer was lying. Oh. But then at the end of the day, they'll just vote both of them out, like the 3 of them, because they have the majority. So yeah, I think they were done either way. Like Brittany's, like the writing was on the wall. So annoyed that Dolores was able to skate by to the end. SMH, she added nothing. Just like, oh, damn. I don't think she didn't add anything to Jersey, but damn, read her. I can't wait until we get to the reunion. Why is Carolyn a victim? We'll get to it. Dolores and Ivar won money giving nothing. Exactly. So now Brittany catches on to Dylan being suspicious of her. So now she's focused on trying to get the votes against him, which I just thought was a losing battle. So now it's the final mission. And side note, this isn't a bad final 5. Like all the people that are still there, like I can tolerate them. Like Ivar, I don't really care for. Dolores, I mean, I'm still a Housewives fan at the end of the day. I love Gabby. Dylan deserves to be there. And Brittany, I'm just kind of like indifferent, really. So they're successful in the mission and they won the money for the pot. And now they have a chance to double the money. And what they have to do is dangle from a helicopter and drop the bags of, I guess the bags of gold in the ring of fire. And I'm just like, absolutely not. Like, did y'all see that? Like, they were just suspended from those helicopters. No stunt person whatsoever. They just clicked them on. I'm just like, okay, you ready to go? I was like, what? Did they have to train for that at all? Like, they had to. They had to know they were going to be in the sky. Because they couldn't just put something on them and just latch it to the helicopter. That kind of just blew me. But yeah, I probably would have passed out in midair. Like if they took me 10 feet off the ground, I would start like hyperventilating. So That's crazy. Um, so they win the extra money, and the final prize pot is $204,000. So back at the house, the strategy has begun immediately. It's really between Dylan and Brittany trying to whip up votes, and it can really go either way. So then Brittany, all she would need to do is just get all the girls to vote against the guys. Or Dylan just needs to persuade Gabby, and him and Ivar can easily vote Brittany out. Dolores says she's frustrated in her confessional, and she says she's not used to being around liars. Now, I know we did a collective, girl, are you for real? You not used to being around liars? Right. Like, Teresa is your best friend. Stop it. Stop. Dolores goes to Dylan and damn near threatens his life if he's a traitor. Like, because I think her loyalty is with him rather than Brittany. But the way Dolores came at him real scary, like don't you fuck with me. Like, just tell me now. Like, if you're not gonna bring me to the end, I'll respect it. But if you're a traitor, I swear to God, I will effing kill you. So we're at the last round table, and it can go either way, but Dylan makes a really good case against Brittany. So now the two of them, they're going at it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Andrea. On your birthday, I appreciate it. My birthday is Sunday, but your channel birthday is on March 15th. Yes, I will always have your back and love all of your content. We may agree to disagree at times, but that's the great part. Congratulations on 16K and enjoy your vacation. Yeah, I'm going to Italy, y'all, next week. I leave Thursday evening. But thank you, Andrea, and you have a happy birthday as well. Appreciate you. So where were we? Oh, so now look, the Jumanji drums are getting louder and louder as they're talking. Dylan is visibly frustrated, and now it is time to vote. So I swear to God, like at this moment, I was like, if Dolores throws her vote away again, but the first vote is from Brittany, and she votes Dylan. And look, y'all, she turned to him, looked him directly in his eye, and said with the most serious face, "Don't come for me unless I send for you." I was like, is she serious? Is she serious? Kenya Moore needs to get her royalties immediately. That was insane. Don't come for me unless I send for you. Like, girl, it is a game. It is a game. I would have straight up said, ladies, they tried to take us all out in the beginning. Let's make this an all-female finale. Look, she could have did what she said. And then, like, she would have got that entire pot, $204,000, if she did that. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it is an early birthday trip. I'm turning 40 in July. And I was just like, I cannot miss a chance on going to Italy. It's one of the places where on the map that I've always wanted to visit, along with Tokyo. Y'all know what happened with Tokyo. I was supposed to go and COVID happened. Oh my God. Anyway. So it's now to Brittany. Dylan has one vote, and it's up to the rest of the women. Dolores shockingly votes Brittany. I was shocked. Like, Dolores finally got it right. Like, she didn't throw away her vote. And, look, I think she actually redeemed herself in that moment. I was just like, finally. So now Brittany is out unanimously, and they officially got all the traitors banished, unbeknownst to them. So now the final four, they need to choose if they think all of them are faithfuls or not. And all one person has to do is disagree, and they have to vote again. And so now they're all around the fire. 3 so far are green. Dolores is the last pouch. And I'm just like thinking in this moment, a lot has been riding on Dolores in this episode. So now at this point, before they revealed it, I was like, she's throwing the green fire because Dolores, she's not gonna rock the boat. She definitely not. And I think the way she played the entire game, aside from being safe, she wanted to be, I guess, fair and honest and didn't want to, have anybody hate her. So yeah, I was right. She threw the green fire. And look, now they're all revealing themselves to be all faithfuls and they're cheering. They split the money, and that's about $51,075 each. Not bad. Not bad. I don't know. Like, I would have got some more people to cut off because look, I want some more of the money. And I think mostly the people who are left out of those top 4, they came more so for the fame, kinda. It felt like they didn't come for the money. Like, and then if you notice, of the 4, like the top 4 that are left, none of them are gamers. So maybe they just cared about getting to this other side without rocking the boat. Because I just realized that, like Dolores from Housewives, Gabby and Dylan, I think they're from The Bachelor and Bachelorette. And then Ivar, he's like, just like a royalty in-law or something. So yeah, that's what I think. Dolores is the first housewife in history to win Traitors. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't have quit at 4 people. Like, I would have been like the girl from Set It Off. I need that money. I need that money. Like, no. Are we going to split it 2 ways or no? Not 4 ways. Thank you. If I made you laugh or you just want to support the channel, I'm high. Support the Cash App at $CDiggy1. If you don't have Cash App, I'm on Venmo too, Chris-Diggins. So yeah, on to the reunion, y'all. I watched the reunion this morning and, it was okay. It's hosted by Andy Cohen. We start with the 4 winners that he's interviewing and, while the other players are in the back watching. And Andy, of course, is proud that a housewife won. But of course, he calls her voting history out, which I'm really glad he did. 8 out of 10 times she was wrong. Like, mostly because she was throwing away her goddamn vote. And then, Andy gets to Dylan, where he, of course, immediately objectifies him. Didn't spend hardly any time on Dylan whatsoever, even though he was the smartest faithful on the show. I'm like, Andy, do better. Like, keep your heart on hidden, please. So then, Gabby pretty much is a breakout star. I really fell in love with her in the last 3 or so episodes. I don't think he should. They should get somebody else, but I'm guessing because it's under the NBC Universal umbrella that, if they have a reunion, why not Andy? Where was I? Ivar is basically just surprised that he made it. They're asked why no one used the red flame, and it just really said that they trusted each other, and it makes sense because they all unanimously voted Brittany out. And look, it did make for a boring ending, but nobody wanted to be the bad guy. Like, I guess you know how much everyone couldn't stand the Real World people for backstabbing MJ last season. So I guess nobody wanted that backlash. Ooh, that's tasty. So now they bring out the original Traitors. Andy immediately calls them out for trying to get rid of the housewives. Bob looks great, by the way, but I knew he was. So first we get Danielle versus Carolyn. First and foremost, let me just say that Danielle looked flawless. I love the dress that she was wearing. Like the hair and dress were on point, and I was just like, thank God. Carolyn is defending her quirks or whatever, like how she was like this the whole season. And she's also asked if she thinks Danielle respects her. And she says no. A lot of y'all, I guess, were saying that Carolyn was trying to act like a victim. I don't know. Like, I don't think Danielle really respected her. Like that, she would always second guess her or like turned on her or didn't want to listen. So, I mean, Carolyn had a point. I think her feelings are valid from what I was watching. I just think Danielle didn't take her seriously. And of course, Danielle is backpedaling, saying that she does respect Carolyn. Ooh, Danielle treated Caroline like she was the R word. I mean, the way she compared her, like she called her Forrest Gump. I was just like, wow, them's is fighting words. I don't care. So also, points to Gabby for chiming in about the sexism in the beginning of the show. I'm glad she brought attention to that. We're then talking about Bob's elimination with, I'm about to say Roger Bob. What's that man name? Boston Rob? Why did I want to say Roger Bob? But yeah, they're talking about Bob's elimination. And actually, Boston Rob and Bob agree that Bob's statement wasn't really that impactful in the game, and they really didn't have to like go against each other. And they also bring up that like Rob was the one that started the Traitors against Traitors first. Danielle gets it out the way that she swore on her grandkids. She told this to Dolores, and she's saying that she said that because she knows how high on the list that Dolores, is for family. So that's why she says she swears on her grandkids. But I don't know. I don't like to play with that type of karma and doing that type of stuff. Even if I'm not that religious, I just don't like to do that. Would y'all do that? I mean, I get there's a lot of, it wasn't even that much money that was on the line, honestly. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? I was just curious because I would never do that. Brittany comes out now, and of course, she's grilled about turning on Danielle. She says Danielle exaggerated their friendship and doesn't know why she would feel so backstabbed. Oh, but overall, Danielle says she isn't mad at her, but definitely won't trust her in a game again. Yeah, according to Brittany, she said they only had like maybe 3 hours or 3 days together or something like that. Like they weren't like best of friends. She said Dolores said it first and she agreed. Nope, but I won't fault her for that. Not swearing on anything for $25K, which is what the winners got after taxes. Right? Like that was no money. I'm just like, some of y'all gotta go. Like it's a game, but I don't care. Like I know I'm a faithful. Look, we need to vote again. I want to split this 3 ways instead of 4. I don't know if I could change our lives. If it could change our lives, I might swear and ask for forgiveness later. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I need to just get that sip. It was so delicious. So then they bring out the rest of the faithfuls, and Andy definitely has bias with the Bravo family because he is giving Tom so much attention. We then move on to the Bambis and just how wrong Chriselle was. I'm not going to get too much on the reunion because it wasn't given that much. Like, if you can, like I said in the beginning, like, it could have been 30 minutes. So then they're talking about Wes's exit and just how, like iconic that was. So now the rest of the faithfuls are brought out. And I totally forgot at that point that Robin was on the show. And some other people were definitely gone too soon because it felt like they were hardly in the show. Yeah, the reunion was a bit useless, I think. There was really no revelations or anything. There's no real beefs except for one. We'll get to it. Like, it just didn't feel like it was necessary. Like, they could have just ended the game right there. Or maybe just had a little 30-minute special of everybody just talking about, damn, yeah, that was a good game or something. Chanel Ayan just had to bring it. Like, she looks amazing, and she gets to the middle of the floor to do a little turn or whatever. She comes for Bob in a playful way, but then Bob immediately comes back at her. Like, close second. So then we get to Dorinda's early exit. She comes immediately for Bob. Like, she calls him out for the comment about, like, I don't know who she is, and was just saying how mean it came off. She really, really let Bob rattle her, or at least that statement. If y'all didn't know, so I follow Bob on Twitter, and the Housewives community was really mad at him. And basically, he responded to a fan like, I don't know who she is. Like, and I guess Dorinda took that as a like, you ain't nobody or something like that. But I really honestly think Bob just didn't care. He didn't care who she was because he didn't know who she was. But that didn't stop me from being mad at Bob the entire season, because I was glad when he was voted off. Oh, thank you, HFG. Dry ass ending. Thank goodness Danielle entertained us this season. You giving Danielle a little bit too much, but I agree with you that it was a dry ass ending. It was like dry chicken breasts. Like, the skin was good, but then when you like eat the actual, like, the white meat is dry. Yeah, that's what it was like. Anyway, now I want some chicken. Anyway, like, Dorinda admits that when she was eliminated early, she was sad, but not angry. But she said that she cried to Andy Cohen. I'm just like, girl, like, it's not that deep, I think. Because they're having a back and forth now, and Bob is just keep trying to tell her that it was nothing personal. I do think in Dorinda's mind, she was thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to get as far as Dolores was. I think she probably thought she was going to get as far as Dolores. And she was going to have this resurgence as like Phaedra did. But, all that was cut short by, this loud ass drag queen. Anyway, it looks like, what was it? Ooh, I'm not high, y'all, I promise. I'm just live show. Like, who am I talking about? Oh, Bob. I'm assuming that Bob and Dorinda are the only ones on the show that's really beefing until off the show. We got there. Like, I was trying to think, like, I know what I'm trying to say. Oh, anyway, I'm high. Or just coming down from it feels like. Anyway, he says that he never had to diminish someone in order to get attention. But I would say, Bob, it kind of came off that way, especially after you voted Ayan or murdered her off. Like, it just seemed like you wanted the most attention. And maybe it wasn't your intention, but it came off that way. In an alternate universe, she could have made it far. I agree. Everybody does not know the Housewives. That is true. I didn't know Bob. Exactly. Will you still do live streaming recap for Roa and Married to Medicine? Well, I'm already doing it for Married to Medicine. For Real Housewives of Atlanta, I think I'll be doing lives for that too. It's easier for me to get these out faster, and I like to interact with, the fans too. Anywho, let's see. So then Ayan jumps in and says Bob was just outright jealous of her. Bob is not taking Ayan seriously though. Like they're probably good outside the show, but Dorinda definitely does not see it for Bob. It is just so funny how he rattled her. Going forward with the reunion, it was mostly fluff. I'm just gonna bounce off the topics that they did. The Tony guy was asked why did he call Rob a sellout. I think it's when you feel some type of way in that moment, and you're just like, damn, you really did me dirty. And then afterward, after some time passed by, you just realize that it's just the game. And then talking about how Rob skated by so many times at the table, Boston Rob, it's because the faithfuls were so damn dumb. Sam is talking for once, at the reunion, his little spot. It had to do with his brilliant deduction of when the traitors had the murder face to face. He asked Carolyn, like, what was Alan wearing? And she was tongue-tied, but now everyone's jumping on Tom for the fact, after the fact that he never should have said anything. He should have just let Carolyn answer the question. But yeah, I'm just so glad Tom did not win. So glad. Yeah, we definitely forgot Sam was there. Like, if Andy didn't call on him, he wouldn't have said anything. Like the person who was talking the most was Bob, honestly. And then Danielle, then Gabby. Yeah. So then we get a clip show of the Oscar-worthy liar, like the Oscar-worthy lies from a traitor. Like it was gonna be an award. So out of the traitors, like of the 5 nominees, I would say Danielle definitely got my vote as like best actress. Like especially falling to the floor, nearly having convulsions. Like, I knew it. So yeah, she wins the award, of course. It's like a little phony Oscar-looking award. And they also say that she survived the most roundtables. It's like I think she survived 8 or 10. I can't remember, but Andy says it's one of the longest in the history of Traitors. And Robin brings up her track record, but why does social media keep saying that she's the worst traitor of all time? Like, I can explain that. Like, she's the worst traitor still, even though she made it that far, is because she was playing reckless, and you had a cast of dumb faithfuls. Like, yes, you have like one of the best records of all time, but this season had some of the dumbest faithfuls of all time. Like, it just made her seem like she was playing good because they were so terrible at guessing. And then the picking Brittany move, that was the wrong move to do. Like, even Brittany predicted that you would have picked her. So you shouldn't even be mad at anybody for eliminating you but yourself. Because she probably would have won had she not picked Brittany to be a traitor. She should have picked Dylan or Gabby. Anywho, we then get a highlight reel of the 4 faithful winners. Like Dylan, like I think he definitely deserved to win this season, as well as Gabby. Like, I didn't think she was that smart. She definitely proved me wrong. Dolores, girl, you got a $51,000 check, and instead of Housewives being on, your season is on pause. Good for you, golf claps. But amazing how she skated by, as well as Ivar. Like, I didn't really care for him like that, but I was just like, okay, fine, whatever. So then the reunion ends, and Alan confirms that there will be a season 4. And have y'all heard the rumor that Nene was asked to do the next season? We'll see. I mean, that'll be her in back on Bravo, probably. Let me see what y'all were talking about. Shout out to Danielle. She worked on and off the clock for that Oscar. Absolutely. Danielle deserved that award. I also thought she was a good traitor. I disagree. But didn't the traitor win a season before? I only watched season 2 and 3. I don't know. Y'all need to let me know in the comments. Not me thinking you went to Italy already so we wouldn't get a video. No, I leave Thursday. Dumb Faithful. She was annoying and her braids were dry. Oh. I would feel so horrible if someone said another person made it far because I'm dumb. I mean, the truth hurts. If someone said the other person made it far because I'm dumb. I think Robin is getting at how overblown the hate is for her. It went from hating her gameplay to massaging her real fast. Dolores was dumb as a box of rocks. Dolores and Ivar didn't deserve the win. I agree. Do you think Nene would be a faithful or a traitor? The producers might make her a traitor, even though I think she would be a better faithful. Definitely a better faithful. But also, I think people would be too intimidated by her as well, so they might vote her first, like Dorinda. Oh, yeah, that gagged me too. I was like, finally. But I kind of thought that when she went to Dylan and started threatening him, you better not be a traitor. You better not. Because I'm going to go along with you. I'm going to go along with you, but you better not be a traitor. So, yeah. Well, that's the end of a franchise. I wonder what else is coming on. I mean, I have Atlanta, Married to Medicine, and Beverly Hills. That's it. I might need to pick up another show, y'all. I need some suggestions. Maybe Miami is on its way, but I need a fourth video to do every week. Who is the best dressed throughout the season? Well, Bob the Drag Queen when they were on, Gabby, yeah, Gabby. Bob H was the best dressed man, but yeah, I agree with that. I do need to watch season 1. Nene would be too lazy for Traitors. I could see that too. Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna, get a nap in. Well, not a nap. I guess I'm gonna go to bed. Should I go to bed? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just thinking right now. Y'all just getting behind the scenes right now. I'm gonna drink some more of this wine. Is it almost midnight? It is almost midnight. I'm gonna finish this and watch a little YouTube. But yeah, catch me and Alex tomorrow at noon Eastern for Pop Roast with our special guest, Jay Lee. Can't wait, y'all. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode.